Hey there, folks. My name is Daizoren, and welcome to another episode of MarviDaiz, MonDaiz, whatever it's called. And this time, Marv should be recording, right, Marv?
Yeah.
There's a little red dot on your camera that's like blinking.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's blinking at me.
Okay, good. This time I don't have to like make an even more exaggerated Photoshop of your face. So.
Every time I fail, you'll just make it more humiliating.
Until
I learn.
That's what I'm going to do. Every single time you fail, I'm just going to make it like even more exaggerated. So you just keep that in mind.
Got it. Definitely recording. Beautiful.
So it's a slow week this week. There's nothing. I think it's just because E3 is coming up, and so a lot of game developers and stuff just don't want to talk about anything because they're just saving it all. So there's not a whole lot going on. Actually, you know what? We could talk about one other thing now that I think about it. But first things first, Doom has been announced as being at E3. Or at least some form of Doom. There was a literally 12-second video teasing Doom, and all it was like a skeleton with like a machine gun thing on his back shooting, and that was it. Did you watch the trailer?
I have watched the trailer many times, yes.
Okay, or quote unquote trailer. I should even quote unquote teaser. Like it's nothing. Like it's just a quick shot.
Blink and miss it, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I love Doom. I have loved Doom ever since the original Doom. I loved it back then because it was a game I wasn't allowed to play. But you know, nowadays I love playing it because it's a fun game. It's held up really well. Have you played Doom?
I have, yeah. I played it back in the day when it was new, so to speak, and yeah, I bought it again on Xbox Arcade.
Nice.
The
Yeah,
original one. Yeah.
my grandparents had Doom, which is a weird thing to say.
Oh yeah.
But I think it was because back then my uncle still lived at home, and so I think it was his copy technically.
Yeah.
But Doom came on, no joke, it was like 6 or 8 floppy disks, and you had to put in floppy disk 1, take it out, floppy disk 2, and you had to like put in all 6 or so floppy disks before the game was installed. And then you could play Doom, and I still remember like installing it and playing it and having a blast. But since then, yeah, I bought it on Xbox Live Arcade, and I have played Brutal Doom. Have you heard of Brutal Doom?
No, the only one I played was the original. I think I dabbled in second, but didn't like it so much, so I kind of gave up.
So Brutal Doom is a mod that somebody made where you know how in Doom you couldn't look up and down, you could just move left and right, and like the aim was kind of auto aim.
Yeah.
Well, this guy's changed it so that you can move around like you would a normal FPS, but they've also increased the amounts of blood and gore like tenfold. So like whenever you like, say for example, if I took a shotgun to somebody's face, like their head would blow off, blood would hit the wall, the floor, the ceiling.
Yeah, I've just Google imaged it.
It's extremely over the top, and I've actually considered maybe doing like a playthrough of Doom 1 using Brutal Doom because it's so much fun. And there's like you can also do like finisher moves like Mortal Kombat style finisher stuff where like you can like curb stomp a guy, you can like take a guy by his head and like take his head off like that, and it's really, really funny. But anyway, getting back to Doom now, I don't know. It seems like it's not going to be Doom 4. Like they just said Doom, right?
Yeah. This is. I looked it up prior to the vlog, and this bit has been in development and kind of started from scratch a couple of times by the looks of it. It's been going on since what, 2007?
Wow.
2008?
I didn't look that much into it. Wow, that's crazy. That's a long time. I mean, it makes sense because like I think after Doom 3, like people were super stoked for more Doom because Doom 3 was a lot of fun. Like it was a really, really good, like, because Doom 2 and Doom 3 were so far separated in time by time, and when Doom 3 came out, everybody was just like, what? But yeah, that was on the original Xbox and PS2, I think, now that I think about it. Yeah. And then they had like the Doom 3 BFG edition on Xbox 360. But because I remember Quake 4 coming out and had like the exact same engine as Doom 3, but it was on the next gen console. But yeah, it's been such a long time since we've seen a Doom game, and I'm I am excited. I want to see a Doom game because I love Doom, but at the same time, it's like this 12-second teaser. Like,
yeah.
Well, first off, I'm gonna say I don't feel like the game looked that good for a game of 2015. And it might have to do with the fact that it's been in development for so long. I mean, we may have another Duke Nukem Forever situation on our hands, which would kind of suck. But if it's a good game, graphics don't matter. But it didn't look up to date, I guess, is what I want to say. But then, like, secondly, I don't know if they're trying to do a reboot or not, because it doesn't seem like it's a Doom 4 game. Like, it looks like it's, or at least it sounds like people are speculating it to be a reboot. And I don't know about that. Like, I like the Doom series as it is. I don't know. What do you think about a Doom reboot?
I'd like a Doom reboot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll be happy with that.
All right.
I'm just looking on the Wikipedia for it, and it says Todd Hollinshead, who is ID Software CEO. So ID Software, the people that published the original Doom. And he was interviewed saying, this was back in 2009. When asked if Doom 4 would be a sequel or a reboot or a prequel, his response was, "It's not quite a sequel to Doom, but it's not a reboot either."
Oh, maybe
so it's kind of in the middle. Yeah.
Maybe. I'm wondering. Now I'm getting a couple ideas that could be kind of cool. Like maybe it's either a reimagining of it, or maybe it's a different timeline or dimension or something. Because I mean, we've seen some weird shit happen in Doom.
Yeah.
So who knows what could be happening with it?
Because it's gone to Bethesda are the ones that are publishing it now. I think when it started off being put into development, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was just id.
Yeah, like Bethesda kind of took over a company who were kind of making it or publishing it, and I feel more confident, I guess, that it's with them because of what they've done previously. So hopefully it'll be cool. But I'm intrigued to see what they're going to kind of tell us at E3. So I mean, that's not far away now, is it?
It's not far away at all. So, but it has been killing a lot of news weeks, I guess, because of it. But okay, but yeah, no, I can definitely agree with that. I mean, Bethesda for the most part has done a pretty good job with their video games. The only one that I can think of off the top of my head that wasn't that great was Elder Scrolls Online. People seem to be really upset with that one.
Yeah.
But other than that, people are also really like looking forward to hopefully a Fallout 4 announcement. Which, have you played Fallout?
Nope.
Ooh,
it's another series that I've not played.
That is a series. I don't know if you would like Fallout, actually, now that I think about it. It's a good game.
Yeah. But
there's a lot of problems with it.
Okay.
I know for me, Fallout 3, I played, and I got about a half an hour or so into the game, and then randomly, I was like out in the wasteland, and I got lost, and I didn't know what to do, so I just kind of quit the game, and I didn't go back to it for like a year.
Yeah.
And then I went back, replayed the intro, and finally figured out what I was actually supposed to be doing and what the map actually, like how the map system worked. Finally got into the game, and it ended up being a really fun and really engaging story. But it's kind of that, like, it's a weird kind of element of, if you don't know what you're doing, you might not like it. And unless you figure it out immediately, it could go downhill. So I would recommend it to people as to try it out because I think it is a very cool game, and the intro is very interesting. How they create your character is really cool because you actually like see your character grow up in a vault. Basically, the storyline is kind of like that. You know, there's Fallout, from nuclear war, and you're in a shelter from it. And so you grow up in a vault shelter for most of your life, and then you finally decide to get out of the shelter and go out into the world. But when you're a kid, you take these like exams and like school tests and stuff like that, and that creates your character in terms of your personality, your charisma. It's very clever. It's very well put together. And then once you get all that, then it creates your character, and then you go out into the real world. It's a cool little system to get you started.
Yeah, I might check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a cool little game. And then Fallout New Vegas was really cool. I never beat that one though, but I'd like to see a Fallout 4. So, what do you guys think? You guys excited for a Doom game? You excited for Fallout 4? Do you want to see Brutal Doom on the channel?
Yeah,
because I'll play Brutal Doom.
Yeah, for that shit. I'm just thinking how you explained about Doom being on like multiple floppy disks. We might need to explain what floppy disks are, because I think.
Don't say that.
No, I'm being serious.
Okay, so for you youngsters out there, you know when you go to save a file on a computer and there's that little like icon for the save file? That's what a floppy disk looked like back in the day. It was a little like square thing with a little like circle in it or whatever. So basically floppy disks, how do I explain? Okay, so floppy disks were like a little disk, a magnetic disk inside a plastic kind of flat, square-shaped. How do I explain this?
You're good. Basically, a disk in a square. You shove it in a hole.
Yeah, you would shove it into the computer, kind of like an SD card these days, kind of like that, except bigger. Floppy disks, there were 3.5 floppy disks, which were probably like, I don't know, about that big. And then there's the original floppy disk, which actually were like floppy. Those were like,
oh yeah,
huge.
I remember them.
I don't remember them. So that's the difference in age between Marv and I. The difference between the original floppy disks and the 3x5s, or the 3.5. So you can gauge that then. So floppy disks, and it's funny because the 3.5 floppy disks weren't floppy. They were solid. They were plastic. Whereas the original floppies, they were made of some weird floppy material, so you could actually move them around and stuff and bend them and stuff. But yeah, floppy disks. I'm so glad that technology's dead.
Yeah, it's nostalgic looking back. I mean, you'd have all your homework on it, and
Yeah, I have my paper. It's on these 3 floppy disks here. And then there's floppy drives. It's the same with like a CD drive that you put into your computer. I mean, the closest thing, today that we have are going to be like SD cards, except SD cards aren't disks inside of the little plastic container. Think about that though. It's like a big SD card with a disc inside of it. So, yeah.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
How technology has evolved.
It is crazy to think about that. Yeah, like the size of Doom is like a couple megabytes maybe, and that fit onto like 6 floppy disks, and I could get like a $1 flash drive and put it on there now. That's insane. Anyway, okay, let's move on and not talk about how old we are. So that's pretty much the news, and it's time for another game of 20 questions. Let me get my piece of paper out to tally.
Your Marv fail tally, yeah.
And now I gotta think of a movie. Apparently Marv has been preparing for this. He has thought of his movie already, and he's ready to go. I am gonna take a minute to try and think of one. I got it. All right, let's do this.
Okay. Is your movie a action movie?
Yes.
Is your movie made in the last 5 years?
No.
10 years?
No.
Shit. Okay. Is the lead in the film male?
Yes.
Is the film older than 20 years?
Yes.
Does it feature robots?
No.
Does it feature a kind of, I would say, moderate amount of shooting?
Yes.
Is it Rambo?
No.
Ooh. Okay. It does feature robots, did we say?
It does not.
Oh, it does not. Shit. Is the lead actor European?
No.
Okay.
And no Googling anything.
No.
Okay, just want to make sure. I didn't know if I heard a keyboard or something else. So.
Yeah, I'm just typing one for the questions.
Oh, okay. All right.
Is the lead actor American?
As far as I know, yes.
Is this movie?
Mm-hmm.
Is it one of a kind of series of such, like trilogy or?
Yes.
Does this movie feature treasure? Or the hunt of treasure? Kinda.
Specify treasure.
Like Indiana Jones kind of treasure?
No.
Okay, that's good. I've got movies swinging around in my head, but they're not. It's not going to be. Is it in the Was it the movie out in the 80s?
Yes.
Okay. Was it a kind of? No, it's action, but was it like a comedy kind of action or like a?
There are comedic elements to it.
Keep heading back to Rambo, but it's not. What else is similar to that in that era?
80s action movies, dude. There's a bunch of them.
I know. Yeah. Is the lead actor in this movie like massive build?
No.
Has there been a remake of this 80s movie more recently?
No. Not a remake.
Has there been another movie in the series more recently?
Yes.
In the last 2 years?
I don't think the last 2 years. Let me double check to make sure I'm right on that, though. No, not in the last 2 years.
Last 5 years?
No. Wait a minute, hang on. Oh, yes to the last 5 years, and yes to the last 2 years. I'm sorry, I made the mistake.
There's a very obvious question that I think I've been overlooking.
I completely forgot about that.
Is it featuring some sort of superhero?
No.
Oh, fuck!
What do you have for tally now?
19.
Okay, I just want to make sure I had the same. And I think I want to start a new thing where even after you get like all of your questions and you can't guess it, I'm going to give you other like hints and see if you can get it and see how many questions it actually takes.
Does it feature a round of sport?
No. All right, time to guess.
Well, I was thinking along the lines of kind of Rambo, Terminator, but it's not got robots.
Right.
Then I went down.
You're on the right track with that line of thinking. So, okay. So I will add this to the questions. It is considered a Christmas movie.
Considered a Christmas movie?
Yes, it is. It's my favorite Christmas movie, actually.
Really?
Yep. Any thoughts come into your head on that one?
And there's more than one in like the kind of.
There's
franchise.
more than one. The first one is the only one that I think is a Christmas movie or considered a Christmas movie.
Oh, Die Hard! Fuck!
There you go.
Oh.
I totally forgot about A Good Day to Die Hard. That just came out in 2013. Apparently, it sucked.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Oh.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite blockbuster action movies right there.
Yeah.
I was waiting until you like guessed wrong, and then I was gonna be like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Oh no! Ah.
Yeah, my next hint was
going
gonna be an American versus like a European or a British antagonist.
Yeah.
Good old
Nice,
Alan
good movie.
Rickman. It is a great movie. I love that movie so much. It is fun. So, all right. Well, it took you only what a second, like another hint after all your questions.
Yeah.
So that's not too bad though.
Not too bad. I'm getting
not
better.
Movies, I think, was a little bit easier for you. So, And you knew Die Hard, clearly, so yay! Everybody, round of applause for Marv for not, doing too bad. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's the second part that counts.
Exactly. So anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of MonDaiz. If you guys have suggestions for other things that Marv and I can do, besides 20 questions, would you rather, and what was the other thing we've done? Oh, finish each other's sentences thing. If you guys have any other suggestions for things that we can do or games we can play, let us know in the comments. Let us know your thoughts on Doom, whether it's a reboot, Doom 4, or something else. Fallout 4, what are you looking forward to at E3? Stuff like that. That'd be really interesting to know. But I think that's it for this episode. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Mar, for being on for yet another episode.
Thank you for having me again.
Yep. And you guys have made this channel happen, and I thank you very much for that. We will catch you in the next video.